so we just finished up the wheels. Now we're going to do the engine bay. And you know, most modern cars, I know some of you guys are going to flip your lid here when I'm about to blow this with a pressure washer. And the engine bay is particularly dirty. I mainly want to get this liner clean. You know, there's some dirt up there, so I'm going to get the liner cleaned up a little bit here. And then I'll clean up the little jam areas just to get the dust and stuff, just preparing it so that I can do some Meguiar's D170 HyperDressing on here. So I'm going to show you this process here. I've got my wheel bucket. I've got some diluted, this is Optimum OptiClean. This is their all-purpose cleaner. So this is diluted 2 to 1. So it's at 50% of full strength. So again, most modern cars, you don't have to worry about this. Just spray it off and get the job done. This is an APC. I've found that if you maintain the engine bay, we don't have to get crazy about scrubbing the heck out of it. But this just helps to get the dust and dirt off. Just enough to prepare it for our D170. And I know that many of you are panicking right now, but trust me on this one. It'll be just fine. I've done this once or twice before. Or 200. So I'm just using my raised glaze brush just to get in here. Now if this was really dirty, we'd have to really spot treat. We have to treat each section individually, but I'm just doing a very superficial cleaning on the areas that I know may need to be agitated. My bucket in the wrong spot. I don't know how this liner is going to clean up like I want it to. Alright. So that's the extent of my engine bay cleaning for an engine bay that's relatively clean. You have to remember that water gets up in here when you're driving. So, you'll be just fine. Okay. Now let's hit it with some D170. I always dilute this 4 to 1. Gives a nice satin finish. We'll see how this does on the liner as well. So all we do is soak it down. Because we're going to be washing the car, I always like to do this first. Right, so all this extra that I'm getting all over the paint and all over the windows and all of that, you wouldn't want to do this after you just did a whole correction to the car. I always want to do this after the fact. I mean before the fact. Before I get into the actual detailing part of the detail. And then this will leave a nice satin looking finish. So that's it. Nothing else. You don't even have to, if you don't want to, you will never even have to come back and wipe any of it. If you really wanted to, you can come back and wipe down little, if there are any little shiny spots or high spots, but that's our engine bay detailing. That's all that we need to do. All right, so I'm gonna go over to the side of the building here and clean up my wheel bucket, just because I like to keep my really expensive buckets clean. So I take all my brushes out, set them aside for a minute. We go along the side of the building here and just rinse out the dirt. By the way, these 32-ounce bottles from Adams don't exist, so don't get your hopes up. They only made them for a really short period of time. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor,